Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for listening to my presentations. I'm Yufei. I'm student for ECE 531 class, machine learning class. Today I'm going to present my project, which is apply the pattern recognitions to emotion detect technologies. And here's my paper and proposals. Basically, there are many features in our face can express the emotions, such as the angle of mouth, angle of airborne, and eyes, the distance between eyes and mouth, and distance between the face features. So the data set we plan to use have four basic emotions: natural, happy, sad, and angry. And we will use the pictures, like those features to detect, to justify which emotions they present to us. So there are a lot of similar previous work have been done by different peoples. So here I list two of them. One is done by Jastens, and one is from the Cora. So both of them use convolutional natural networks for their models, and they have a pretty big data set, and they did a lot of work for their project, and so the result is kind of like pretty good. So like for Justin's, one expressions even have the precisions of 76%, which is kind of much bigger than my result because my data set is not that big and I don't have too much time to apply the complicated algorithms and do more justifies. So basically the database we were going to use is from CMU's FaceImagine dataset, as we can see from here. So here's the dataset we have, and you see each subfolders is taken from one person's, and they have different pause, different face to express different emotions. Like they have left, right, straight, upper, pose. So, and even like different resolutions, and wear sunglasses or not. So it's a data set we apply to my model. And in my algorithms, I will apply to identify those features, use the histogram of orient gradient algorithm, which is used to find the relationship between adjacent and pixel. So it's like a pretty popular, be used to for the facial detections or another machine learning stuff. It's be summarized by previous scientist and engineer. So that's the algorithm I use to extract the characteristic vectors. And so those algorithm can be applied to wide use of scenario, such like early children educators in the kindergartens. Like we can see here the pictures. So when children is sleeping, so those algorithms can be applied to a system to alarm the teachers to see the children is potential to cry, and you need to take action so that another children can still sleep. And it can also help with the patient just to identify the sickness and to do some treatment for that. So we also did the data analyze. So we found like for different resolutions, the result like for higher resolution, the result should be better, but it's not that much, and we think because of the higher resolution bring more texture information and detail information, but it's help a little with the sorting and justifiabilities. And we also found like different facial expression can have different accuracy result. Like, for happy, it's much easier to detect because people usually like smile and then eyes become line, and the angle of this is like go down. But for like the sad, between sad and nature is kind of hard to detect. So you can see here, it is means the sad expression. Here is like a natural. Oh, sorry. So this one is a natural one, and this one is angry one. So you can see not too much difference for that. And we also find the data set that I use is not big enough, because the whole accuracy, if we apply training set and test separately, it can only be 0.3. But if I apply the cross validations, it can improve to 0.6, but still too low for us, because we just have 640 images, but the people done before have even like a 30,000, and my model is not that complicated. So another finding will be like by different pose, the front face or side face can also be different, because front face show more informations than the side face. And also different people use different expression to different facial expression to express the same emotions. So here both shows angry, but the person on left, we can, if we don't have more experience, we can say he maybe shows happy because his mouth is like he's smiling. So here is my analyze, and then we will apply those thinkings to the coding. And I'm planning to use the Python for this project because it had many useful package for machine learning, and we got a lot of source code from class. And the first part I do is like to read the images. So basically here's my code. So the first part is to read the images. You can see read from the directories and give different label for different emotions. Express as like vectors. So, and then I'm going to training my models. So I use I do the standardized scalar, and I also analyze with with and without standardized scalar, what's the performance difference. So I extra the vectors, use the HOG here, and then put those data into my classifier. So the two classifier I choose is the support vector machine SVM and the multi-layer perception. So here I apply the SVM, and here I do the multi-layer perception. So basically we try to run the code, and we try different settings, and like if I want to run my code, I just click like run, and here it's like to say the dataset have been read. And this one is the presection sections, so we can see more detail here. Here I keep the comment for all my experiment, so we can see like the linear SVM without standardize, and with standardize, and SVM with the canal functions, like MLP without standardize, with standardize, with different layer and cells. So the persection is a change based on my settings. I also print a record and accuracy here, and give a comment. So basically we found the resolution. If we change the resolution, there's not too much change. But if we change the number of layer, it did change. But like here, 100 and 101, it's kind of like overfitting, because like they're too much for the heat layers. So, and if we want to do the underfittings, we just change the layer to be smaller. So basically here's my project, and here's my proposal, and kind of analyze. I will have more analyze in my next work, so in my P3 report. So okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much to listening to my presentation.